This is cool. We're out in the middle of East Texas night. This is my story. It's a novel. Paula Coots, another rock star, on Kindle. If we get lucky, listen, we might get some coyotes. Coyotes. This novel starts like this. The source. The source. Surge of music, electric air. No matter how many times you do it. It's a mutual desire, a reciprocated need. Behind the scenes I hear stomping feet, clapping hands, and my name. Read, read, read. So when I slink out on that stage, it hits me in the guts, the face, and the groin, and shoots straight to the soul. These physical waves of sound, this wall of energy, cheering and screaming, thudding drums, thumping bass, squealing guitar, a separate universe of sound and light and sensation. When the band drops out and my voice reaches up for the highest note, ringing in the rafters, above the PA even, the crowd cracks wide open and I fly. Somehow you do what you're there for, the moves, the solos, the song, and you see them down there, dodging elbows and sweaty jumping bodies. You see their eyes sometimes, and there's real love, real desperation from these strangers who are not strangers, because of the connection between you and your music and their joy. Some of them don't even move. They stand riveted in a kind of reverence as they endure the jostling madness. They see you, they hear you. I never knew there could be any other reason to keep on breathing, ever. Just a bit of the first chapter. Day 1, the auditions. I know how hard it is to audition. It's like you're throwing yourself wide open, like raw meat, to big dogs who don't care if you're dead yet. Fred and I sat behind the long folding table with our bios and checklists and bullshit papers spread everywhere. We tried not to be big dogs. I leaned back in my chair and pulled my hair into a ponytail for a second to cool off. What a day! Please tell me it's over. He rubbed at his eyes. Nope. Now we're down to the fun part. He flashed an insincere grin at me, showing small, square teeth. Crunch time and second chances. Great. I stared at the stage and yawned, the water in my eyes making the lights in the back line of drums, keyboards, amps, and all that stuff blur into a gold and orange wash, kind of like a momentary Van Gogh. I looked over his shoulder at his clipboard with the crooked hand-drawn columns. All those names, most of them scratched out, and about 1 billion doodles all around the edges, almost as decorative as mine. I said, I need another break. I stood up again and stretched, making as much noise as possible, certainly not to catch the intern's attention. But somehow I caught the intern's attention. Tony glanced at me. He was our assistant for the day, some record company fledgling trying to claw his way up the ladder of a dying industry. He stood guard at the door and jumped when we even looked like we needed something. I gestured and he ran up. He was so eager to please. For about the 10th time I vaguely wondered how eager. He wasn't my type, really. I can't say exactly what my type is, but it is not the collegiate-looking, tall, good-build, bound-to-be popular guy who watches football and drinks beer and thinks that's getting crazy. Sun-bleached mop-top hair with bangs brushed to the side. His faded jeans and obvious package promised some entertainment, however, and the nice cut of his chest was enough to ensure that I enjoyed the scenery. Would you mind getting me some fresh water, please? I shook my nearest empty at him. See, when you're singing, it's best not to drink cold water, beer, whatever. Fred kept his own stocked cooler behind us, and since I wasn't singing, I was free to drown frozen daiquiris all day if I wanted to. But old habits are hard to break. Tony grinned this time. I noticed his canines were a bit crooked, and that hint of imperfection only made him sexier. Well, I could make you some more tea.